Hey guys, Overkona here. Hope you enjoyed my last little skit video that I thought I'd do for funsies. But today we are here to talk about Risk of Rain. Risk of Rain is a sci-fi based roguelike game with shitloads of bad guys. Like, all the bad guys, they're all here. Now it's developed by Hopu Games and published by Chucklefish, who are currently working on the game Starbound, which I've been playing before, it's awesome. Now, Risk of Rain was only released a little while ago at the start of November, and it excited me so much that I had to talk about it. So without further ado, this is Risk of Rain. Now, the title doesn't really give much away about Risk of Rain, but it's a roguelike game with more things thirsting for your giblets than you can poke a stick at. Now, there is a bit of a backstory. Your cargo ship is flying through space until this jerk appears on your ship and wrecks shit up. All of the cargo plummets to the planet below, along with the sole survivor, you. Now, at its core, it's a roguelike, pixel-style, kill-everything-forever game. And that cargo I was talking about before, it's the key to your survival. Every item you collect will give you a passive perk to make your ability to harm things a little bit better. Now, the items have a huge array of effects, ranging from amazing, like, every time you kill an enemy, it comes back as a ghost to fight for you, to not so great. Like, every time you get hit, you regenerate 10 health. Now, to keep the gameplay fresh, you also have a selection of 10 characters, although you only start with one, the Commando. Each character has 4 different abilities to aid them in their survival. Generally speaking, they each have one of the following: a basic attack, which they can use without any limits, an offensive ability, a stronger offensive ability, and a defensive ability. Granted, some of the defensive moves also do damage, like the Mercenary's Blinding Assault or the Miner's Backblast. Now, all of your abilities, save for your basic attacks, have a cooldown-based restraint, so using them correctly is crucial to your survival. Now, unlocking some of these characters can be a bit of a chore. Some are easy to unlock, only requiring a small feat like killing 3 different bosses. But as you play on, some are much harder to obtain, as they're only gained in certain levels by a random chance, and if you can find them. There's also a couple characters unlocked by finishing the game multiple times. Now, Risk of Rain is a hard game on the offset if you're playing on the normal difficulty. There's also an easy and a hard mode, depending on what skill level you are. Risk of Rain has an interesting mechanic where the longer your current game has gone, the harder it gets. The timer in the top right corner of the screen will tell you how hard the game currently is, ranging from very easy, very hard, and of course, I see you, and the difficulty will determine the strength and amount of enemies rained upon you. That all being said, the better you get at Risk of Rain, the less it's going to matter as your playthroughs become more efficient, and you finish the game a lot quicker. Risk of Rain's multiplayer is amazing, and if you've got some friends you can, coerce into buying the game, you're going to have a great time. Now, you and up to 3 friends pick from what characters you've each unlocked and jump into the chaos as a team. Now, don't worry too much about dying, because if at least one of you can survive until the end of the current level, you will all be alive at the start of the next round. That being said, all items collected are not shared. Now, as stated before, there are a total of 10 characters in Risk of Rain. Some of these are better than others and will fit different playstyles, and some items are definitely better on certain characters. So experiment and see if you can help one another live as long as possible. Now, it isn't too finicky or tricky to set up a multiplayer game. Although there is no server browser, all you've got to do is enter the host's IP address and you'll be connected in no time. Now, aside from the characters, there's a couple other things you can unlock in Risk of Rain, the bulk of which will be your items. There's a list of achievements in the options menu to tell you what you can do to unlock your next magical gubbin to help you on your next run. Monsters can also drop logbooks, which will give you some insight into what the survivors think about the inhabitants of this hostile environment. Each complete with a cool picture, although some can get pretty... So, is Risk of Rain worth your money? Heck yeah it is. For the low price of $10, it's money well spent for a game with tons of replayability, rad multiplayer, an amazing soundtrack, and a great visual style. Currently it's available on Steam right now, right this second, so go get it if it looks like the kind of thing you'd be interested in. Well, that'll about do it for me. Hope you guys look forward to my Super Christmas special. If you liked the video, why not chuck it a like and maybe subscribe? It really helps the channel grow. And if you have any positive or negative comments, please leave them below and let us know what you think. This is Average Krona, signing off. I'll see you next time. Penisy.